Hello my dear fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. Your favorite fishing expert is here with another highly anticipated forecast, and today we are diving deep into the stunning waters of New Zealand for a look at what awaits us on Monday, the 2nd of February 2026. Now this isn't just any summer day, folks. This day holds some truly special conditions that could make it one for the record books, especially if you know where to cast and what to tie on. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll have all the insider tips to make the most of this prime summer fishing opportunity. Let's talk tactics for a few of New Zealand's superstars. First up, our beloved trout, both brown and rainbow. February in New Zealand is prime summer, which means warmer waters and often bright, clear days. What does this mean for trout? During the intense heat of midday, they tend to get a bit sluggish and will retreat to deeper, cooler pools beneath overhanging banks or into the shade of dense riparian vegetation. However, my friends, don't despair. As the sun begins its descent and the evening coolness sets in, that's when the magic truly happens. Trout become incredibly active, rising to feed on the abundance of terrestrial insects that fall onto the water, especially those big, juicy cicadas that are everywhere at this time of year. For tactics, I recommend a stealthy approach with a light fly rod. Look for those glassy stretches in the rivers, particularly in the lower gradient sections, where insects tend to accumulate. Focus your efforts from late afternoon right through to dusk. Use dry fly patterns mimicking cicadas or large grasshoppers. If the surface bite isn't happening, switch to a nymph pattern, drifting it naturally through those deeper runs. Remember, clear rivers mean the fish can be spooky, so approach cautiously. Keep a low profile and make accurate casts. Next, let's turn our attention to the mighty quinnet salmon. February is a peak month for their run in some of the major South Island rivers like the Waimakariri, Rakaya and Rangitata. These powerful fish are making their way upstream, and a fresh run of fish after a good freshet can turn a good day into an unforgettable one. Where to find them? Focus on the river mouths and the lower to middle reaches of these larger rivers. Look for deeper channels and runs where they can rest during their migration. The key here is to intercept them as they move. For gear, a robust spinning setup is ideal. Metal lures like Zeed spinners are classic salmon getters, or you can try a heavy fly rod with bright, flashy streamer patterns. Cast upstream and across, allowing your lure to swing down through the holding water. Keep an eye on the river conditions. A slight increase in water flow can often trigger a fresh push of fish, and for our saltwater enthusiasts, it's summer, so snapper and kahawai are on the menu. Especially in the warmer coastal waters of the North Island, snapper are actively feeding on reefs, pinnacles, and around baitfish schools. Kahawai, those powerful fighting machines, are often found in huge schools, creating exciting workups as they chase baitfish on the surface. For snapper, consider a good, strong bait casting or spinning setup with soft baits, jigs, or traditional pilchard baits fished on a ledger rig over foul ground. Target depths around 15 to 30 meters, but don't overlook shallower areas, especially early morning or late evening. For kahawai, keep an eye out for diving birds, which often signal a workup. A fast retrieve with a metal lure or a small popper can be incredibly effective. These fish are fantastic fighters and great fun on lighter gear. Now for the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base that underpins our forecast. On Monday, the 2nd of February 2026, New Zealand will be experiencing typical summer weather. Expect warm air temperatures generally ranging from 15 to 25 degrees Celsius across most regions, with some northern areas potentially hitting 30 degrees Celsius. Nights will be mild, rarely dropping below 10 degrees Celsius. The weather is expected to be settled, meaning stable atmospheric pressure and generally light, variable winds, which is excellent news for fishing, as it often leads to more consistent fish behavior. Precipitation is also likely to be low, as February is typically one of the driest months. This settled weather pattern means the fish should be comfortable and actively feeding, especially during the cooler parts of the day. Water temperatures across the coastal regions, particularly in the North Island, will be lovely and warm, averaging around 21 to 22 degrees Celsius. Even in more southerly coastal areas like Christchurch, expect a comfortable 16 degrees Celsius. This warmth drives fish activity in saltwater and keeps freshwater fish feeding, albeit with midday siestas. As for the moon phase, on February the 2nd, 2026, we'll be under a waning gibbous moon, with about 99.6% of its face illuminated. Now some old-school anglers swear by the moon's influence, and while the science can be debated, many believe that a waning moon, especially after a full moon, can stimulate feeding activity as the fish adapt to the strong moonlight. It might mean a good bite in the early morning or late evening hours, so be sure to factor that into your plans. Considering all these factors, the settled summer weather, warm water, and the waning gibbous moon, my overall assessment for the fishing on February the 2nd, 2026, in New Zealand is good to excellent. The stable conditions and warm temperatures will encourage widespread fish activity, particularly during the crepuscular hours. Expect active trout in the evenings, a solid salmon run, and very responsive saltwater species. The low wind and stable pressure are major positives, creating comfortable conditions for anglers and active feeding windows for the fish. So there you have it, my friends, a comprehensive breakdown for a fantastic day of fishing in New Zealand. I'm genuinely excited for those of you who get to wet a line on this day. Remember, get out there, enjoy the incredible New Zealand summer, and most importantly, have fun. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below. What are your go-to summer fishing spots in New Zealand, and what are you planning to chase on February the 2nd? Tight lines, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ni hosta, ni che shui.